Greeting YouTube. First things first. I have a new Cthulhu t-shirt. It's by Miss Monster, limited edition. Apparently, a Fox News affiliate did an article about the value of public libraries, calling into question whether we need public libraries now that we have ebooks and online content. Do you really need public libraries as institutions that are, of course, paid for with public tax dollars? And I think that the response to that is an absolute and total affirmative yes. We need public libraries. Now, why do we need public libraries? Well, they're more than just a repository of books. Besides the newer content, periodicals, newspapers, they do give internet access to a large portion of the public who don't have computers at home, and you go there and use public terminals. But they also have reading programs, film programs. People donate books and they sell them to raise funds, which gives people access to inexpensive books. My local libraries here in my town have at least 2 book sales every year, and they're normally a paper grocery bag will run you, I think, $5 to $10. So if you can cram it into that bag, you can take it home for a pittance. And I've gotten some really interesting books over the years. I don't go to these sales anymore, simply because I have too many books as it is. My to-read pile fills an entire 6-foot bookshelf and then overflows onto the tops of other bookshelves, and there's now a pile of books on my kitchen table, which I am trying to work my way through. And unfortunately, I'm still purchasing books cheaply faster than I can read them. It's a sickness, people, I tell you. But public libraries are the heart of a public education. It isn't just that they provide a repository. They become the focus for people who have similar interests. The readers congregate there because they're readers. And in a downturn economy such as we are experiencing now, the use of public libraries goes up because they're public. They've been funded. People can go there and use reference books. They can do research. They, of course, can take books out for both pure pleasure reading and to further their education. For me, those are complete cross-references. I consider everything I read to be an act of education, even though I'm reading it for pleasure. I actually don't take books out of the public libraries much anymore because my backlog is so big. I have everything I need to read right in my apartment, but my wife uses the public libraries and has kept me up to date on what the features are that they have lately. And I like the fact that you can go online and extend your loaning period up to a certain amount, which I thought was kind of nice. So you don't have to go back in and talk to anyone. You can just tell the computer, yeah, I need to keep this book for another week, kind of thing. I thought that was kind of cool. Well, one of the points that the Fox article made was that they thought that public libraries may be an anachronism because they pull in very little revenue. Newsflash, you don't judge something by how much revenue it pulls in. Public institutions are there to serve the public. They aren't there to necessarily generate money. Generating money is not the end-all and be-all of life. Serving the public and doing good works is more important than profit. I realize that no one at Fox News is going to believe that, and the very concept that evil socialist concepts like doing good public works is acceptable is foreign to the conservative view of the world. In a thread I read about this particular news piece from Fox, somebody quoted Glenn Beck, who I would normally refer to as a public troll, as talking about the fact that he'd only gone to college for 1 semester because he couldn't afford it, but that he was able to access books at a public library because books are free. So apparently Glenn Beck is an evil socialist. In fact, I've even heard people complain that, at least online, not into my face, that public libraries are a disservice to the copyright holders of books because they allow people to have free access to the information without paying the person who wrote the book, who holds the copyright, any further revenue, which is bizarre. Public libraries are the very corner, the very foundation of a free and open society because they give everyone equal access to knowledge, which is what we need. Libraries rock, librarians rock. We need them. I'm not really sure that we could have the society that we have in America today, for good or ill, if it weren't for public libraries. I know that during my summer breaks from school, that the public libraries where I was at every single week, I would go down to the library every couple of days to take out new books. So I was literally reading a book every single day. And the path between my apartment and the library is one I could have probably walked in my sleep. So if you're educated, if you've ever used a public library, defend public libraries against conservative news articles, against people that want to cut the taxes that fund them. You need to defend these institutions. We, as a free and open society, need libraries. We always have, we always will. They will always be relevant so long as there are people to read the books. And so long as there are libraries, there will be people who read the books.